Alright, hi everyone. Welcome to today's video. On the day this being recorded, it is Friday, December 9th, 2022. Okay. It's just now a little bit after 2 in the morning, and you all know what is to tell by the scenery, and more likely the title. It's time for Taco Bell.
Chill out. Hey, chill. Dude.
I locked the door, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. I locked the door. I'm quite positive I did. So, since Brandy closed all week, Monday through Friday, did I go every night between Monday night to tonight? Well, out of the last 4 days, including today, I can say yes, the 3 out of 4. Today is the 3 out of 4. Because I went Monday night. I went Tuesday night. But I didn't go last night. Like yesterday. Wednesday night. Mainly to the fact that I was so tired. Mainly because, work. Damn, I'm glad you can see. Jesus, you saw that shit? Anyways. So let me tell you all how my work week went. Monday through today. Let's see here. Monday and Tuesday, I was in my normal area where I'm always at. in the hospital. I was in X-ray and lab. And we clean, well, for me, I clean some offices and some of the CAT scan rooms and all that, and then I just gather trash and throw them all into a closet where it all goes. Usually we don't have a custodian, so if we don't have a custodian, then we have to deal with our own trash. And I always go on 2 trash runs in my area. At least sometime before I go to lunch, which is supposed to be 5:30, but I've been pushing out to at least 5:45, even though I'm not supposed to, but I don't care. And then I do another round around 8 o'clock-ish. But also, if you're an X-ray in a lab, if there's a discharge that needs done in behavioral health, which is, mental health and, all those patients. The only patients that creep me out at the hospital, because, most of the patients are old people, or if you are or they're in labor, or have some sort of surgery or stuff like that. Then if there's a discharge that needs done, then whoever's in X-ray and lab has to do it. But yeah, so that's where I was Monday and Tuesday. Now yesterday and today, as in Wednesday and Thursday, I was the custodian. And what I do on custodian, and since it's second shift, by the way, is right after our meeting or whatever, if I'm a custodian, I usually don't start doing anything until like around 3:15. Although I don't like starting until around then. So, regardless if I'm like the custodian or not, or if I'm the custodian or an X-ray in lab, and those are the only things that I know. So I know for a fact I'm definitely going to be over there this weekend, but I'll get to that here in a little bit. So anyways, for custodian, for second shift custodian, so you have to do at least 2 main trash runs throughout the entire shift, and at least 1 bio run during the shift. So I kind of break it up this way. I do my first trash run from 3:15 to hopefully around when lunch for custodian is, which for lunch for custodian is 5 o'clock. I mean, I would like to push it out. I would love to try to push it out a little bit further. But, yeah, I can't actually, try to do that as much as I would love to. So, yeah, there's that. Let's see here. Oh. Ambulance. Going down an alleyway. Oh. I haven't noticed the moon was out. So on the path that I go for all my trash runs is that, start on the first floor. I go to the closet right next to the elevator that I first go up. And then I go to behavioral health. And then the X-ray lab. Empty out if I need to. And then I go to the ER. And then I go over to cath lab. And then empty out. Then I go to the second floor. I hit 2 north, 2 east, 2 south. ICU. And then surgery, empty out, and everything from on the 3rd and 4th floors, there usually isn't much in the first run. So on the 3rd floor, I go L&D, 3 north, 3 south, 3 east. Oh, and there's also like a trash closet. by like the back elevators that only employees and transport can, EMTs can have access to. There's a trash closet on the second and third floor for those. And then there's a spot on the fourth floor, which I think is 4 South. Even though a hospital has 5 floors, well, actually technically 6 if you count the ground floor. Okay, then after I get the trash in 4 South and empty it out, that's when I go over to, oh god, your brakes need to be looked at. Well, yeah, I go to a pharmacy, which is just right down the hall from where we meet. It's actually the first place we all walk by it every day, so we obviously know what trash is, what they have. And yesterday it was actually piled up pretty damn high. I had to make 2 separate trips for that, but that was toward the end of the night. But and then after my first trash run, that's when I go to lunch. Sometimes I might go a little early, sometimes I might go on time, depending on how long it takes me to do my first trash run. This was the 3rd or 4th time I've done it by myself. And let me just say, the first couple times, like the first 2 or 3 times I've done custodian by myself, like when I did my first round of trash, I literally was done right around like at 5. Like I think I got done at like 10 till. I'm like, okay, so I'm 10 minutes early, so I'll make a quick, bathroom stop. Sit in there for like 10 minutes, kind of, chill on my phone for a little bit, and then just, go get my lunch. The hell is this? I don't even know what the... Okay. Hanging 2 of the same flag out on the front, thinking it's like a political party or something. But anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. So I get my after I have my lunch, which I also take my 15-minute break with my lunch, no matter where I'm at. Although sometimes I'll just be sitting for an hour, even though we're, not supposed to, but, I don't care. It is what it is. I mean, technically, we're technically supposed to take your lunch and your break separate, but I think a lot of people just combine it anyways. Even though you're technically not supposed to, but it is what it is. So after lunch and I guess break, quote unquote, that's when I go on my biohazardous run, get all the bio waste. So where I start is that I go check. There's usually not much anywhere, except maybe in lab, L&D, and yeah, that's usually about it. Lab and L&D. Oh, and the cancer center too. depending on what part of the cancer center you're at. And then after that, hopefully that usually takes somewhere between an hour, hour and a half. And around then it should be around 7. Because the cafeteria at the hospital closes at 7. So that's when the custodian has to literally clean the cafeteria, which I try to spend no more than an hour on. You gotta sweep and mop and make it look presentable enough. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be decent. And then shortly after that, I mean, sometimes I might go all the way until about 8:30. I try not to, but if it happens, it happens. And it's usually after that, that's when I go and that's when I go to I take a little bathroom break and kind of sit down on the toilet for like 10 minutes and just, hide out for a little bit, try to look busy. But, going on a bathroom break, because you have like a little walkie-talkie thing. Everyone in the hospital has a walkie-talkie kind of thing. We call them Vocera. And it will track you where you are at in the building. So don't spend too much time in the bathroom. I mean, I would say no more than 5 minutes, but when you're a custodian, you can kind of, dick around a little bit. Because, I mean, you're going to be constantly doing something as a custodian. And then from about 8 or 8:30 all the way until, hopefully till about 10:30-ish. That's when you're going on your second trash run, hitting all the areas. But also, right after you empty out all of that and double check pharmacy and make sure lab has like no boxes. Because I forgot about doing that last night. Well, not last night, but tonight. Like after I did my first round, like, oh shit, I need to go check a lab, make sure there aren't that many boxes. So I went up there and checked, and there wasn't really that many. Usually if there's a custodian, there usually isn't that many boxes that they have. But sometimes they will. It just depends on the night. And the second run is usually when I hit the cancer center. I get all the trash out of there. I mean, when I'm on my bio run, I try to get all of the bio as much as I can. And the cancer center has a lot of bio. Has a lot of bio waste. So, yeah. And then usually by then, it'll be around 10:30-ish. If it's like 10, then you're kind of like, okay, cool. I'll just kind of relax for a little bit, maybe go to the bathroom, walk around the ground floor a little bit. But if someone calls you like, hey, I need the trash in, X area needs emptied out, then you'll be like, oh, okay, cool, I gotta go do that. But yeah, other than that, it's a pretty easy night. It's quite easy. I actually enjoy being the custodian because, you get to walk around the whole entire building while doing something. So yeah, that's cool. Alright, I gotta let my Taco Bell friend know that I'm here, because usually I do that before I get up here. Alright, so we'll see you later.